Hey there, everybody. Do spare ribs and bourbon go together? Let's find out. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. It's been a while since I posted, but we're gonna make this video a good one. Bourbon has been on my mind lately, and I've been wondering, how can I marry bourbon and some pork spare ribs together to make a fantastic meal? Well, I developed this own recipe. We're gonna actually do it on the fly here. And I've got some bone-in pork spare ribs. I have some Bulleit bourbon right here. Plan is to do a smoked bourbon infused spare ribs. With that said, I'm gonna go ahead and trim up these spare ribs into a St. Louis cut. But before I do that, I wanna smoke my bourbon that I'm gonna marinate the ribs in. So I'm gonna measure out about a cup or two of bourbon and we'll get that on the smoker. That way it can start infusing some of that smoke into the bourbon. So let's get that started. Okay, so the first thing I wanna do here is, let's go ahead and break this open. And I wanna get the whiskey smoking. I'm going to do about a cup and a half of whiskey. I'm also going to use some of this whiskey as a spritz. So let's go and fill this up. Okay, so there's a cup and a half of whiskey. I have it in a wide pan. I want to have as much surface area as I can to go ahead and absorb some of that smoke. Let's go put it on a Recteq. I have it set at a low, heavy smoke. So let's go put it on. Okay, let's put this whiskey on. There we go. Okay, so there we go. We got the bourbon on the smoker, and we're gonna go ahead and let it smoke probably for about an hour. I might come out here about every 20 minutes or so, go ahead and stir it up. I wanna maximize that smoke flavor into the whiskey. So let's go inside and trim up these spare ribs. There we go. We got 3 racks of spare ribs trimmed out St. Louis style. Next thing we're gonna do is put these in a bourbon, honey, buttermilk marinade and let these sit overnight. All right, so the bourbon has been removed from the smoker. I put it in the refrigerator probably for about 30 minutes. I don't want to add it warm to the marinade. I have 1 cup of honey and I have some cultured buttermilk. What the plan is, like I said, this is a recipe I've never done before. We're learning together. Got 1.5 cups of bourbon, but we are going to shed off 1 cup for the marinade. Let's get that in there. There we go. That's about 1 cup right there. Set that to the side. Bourbon smells really smoky as well. I'm going to add this to the honey. So 1 cup of honey, 1 cup of bourbon. Let's stir this together. It smells great. I can tell you that. It smells really good right now. We're going to do 2 cups of buttermilk. Don't need that because right up there is 2 cups at the top. Buttermilk's going to help tenderize it. So is the bourbon as well as the honey. Honey is going to impart also a faint sweetness. The bourbon, I'm so looking forward to how the bourbon will infuse with the ribs. That is the whole point of this. Just like that. All right, let's go ahead and seal this up. We will put it meat side down, leave the bones up on top. All right, now that we have these marinating, we'll place them in the refrigerator, let them sit overnight, approximately 15 hours. We'll let the marinade go. I'm looking forward to some smoked bourbon infused spare ribs tomorrow. So I'll see you tomorrow, guys. So I have a strategy of how I can layer different flavors of bourbon and other flavors onto the ribs. The Spritz will be part of that. And what I'm gonna do with the Spritz is use a real maple syrup from Canada. Thank you, Darcy, colleague from work. Got that direct from Canada. And the rest of the bourbon that we smoked earlier. That is approximately 3 ounces of bourbon. And we'll probably use about 2-3 ounces of maple syrup for the Spritz. Let's get it mixed. Okay, let's do a couple ounces of this wonderful Canadian maple syrup. It's almost 3 ounces. And let's put the bourbon in here. There we go. We'll spin that up. Put the sprayer on there. And there we go. Maple syrup and bourbon Spritz for tomorrow. That'll be one other layer. Welcome back, everybody. It is a Saturday morning and a winter storm rolled in as expected. I'm not a fair weather barbecuer. Let's go take a look at the grill. We got some cleaning up to do outside to kind of move the snow around. So we got the Recteq all done up. Winter storm has rolled in. It's supposed to be like this all day. Let's go ahead and get this snow cleaned off. All right, let's turn this on. All right, now that we have the snow cleaned off the grill, I had taken the ribs out of the fridge probably about 30-40 minutes ago. Let's go and take these out of the packages, rinse them all off. These have been marinating now for about 15 hours. So we're just gonna rinse off the marinade. Oh, they smell like bourbon, that's for sure. All right, so now that we have everything patted dry, I'm gonna use a 50-50 salt and pepper, coarse pepper blend. I'm gonna go ahead and pepper the backside up first. So you can use any rub that you want to right now. I'm using a salt and pepper blend because I am going for maximum smoke flavor. These ribs are gonna turn a beautiful red color. Okay, there we go. We have the ribs seasoned with the 50-50 salt and pepper blend. And these things are ready to get onto the smoker. I have the smoker set at 225 degrees and the plan is to smoke them for 4 hours at 225. 5th hour, we're gonna bump it up to about 275. And then we're going to wrap going into the 6th hour in butcher paper. And we're gonna use some rendered pork fat to go ahead and add to the wrap to help with a nice juicy flavor. So let's go ahead and get these things on the grill. All right, a little snow never hurts anybody. Let's get these onto the grill. The ribs are now on, so I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy this beautiful day. As I said before, we're gonna smoke these at 225 degrees for 4 hours. I'm gonna let the first 3 hours not even look at them. That's when they're gonna build their color as well as that smoke is going to penetrate. Hence the reason we're cooking at 225. So it's time to have a bourbon and I'll see you guys in just a few minutes. All right, so it's been 3 hours, shoveled a lot in the past 3 hours here on the deck, even out in the front yard. Probably got about 6 inches of snow already. So let's go take a look at these ribs. Oh, look at this. These are looking good. Nice color on them, that's for sure. Let's go ahead and spritz with this bourbon maple syrup spritz. And that smells good. That smells really good. All right, let's close this up. So there we are, we did the first spritz. I'll come back out here in about 15, 20 minutes and we'll spritz it again. We're gonna take a look at the 4-hour mark and see how we're doing. We'll see you in just a few minutes. Hey there everybody, it's 4 hours. What do I see back here? I see blue skies. Amazing. I've already cleaned the deck off, cleaned the driveway off, and it's no longer snowing, but it has been 4 hours. Let's go ahead and take a look at these ribs. We're gonna bump the temperatures up to 275. Beautiful color on them, I guarantee you. Let's go look. Just how we like to see them. Nice. All right, let's spritz these. There we go. We'll turn this temperature up to 275. And there we go. We're going to let this rock at 275 for an hour. We'll come back, take a look, and it'll be time to wrap. We'll see you in just a few. All right, so it's been 5 hours. I've taken the ribs out of the smoker. These things look fantastic. Look at the color on these. I mean, just beautiful. They smell great. Let's go ahead and get these things ready to wrap. And what I'm going to do here, we've rendered some beef tallow. I'm going to put a little bit of beef tallow on here as well. That is going to help with the moisture, with the mouthfeel. All right, so everything is wrapped. We're going to go put these back on the grill. It's at 275, probably for about 30 minutes. But most importantly, we're going to look for the bend test on these, and that's how we're going to know when they're done. When that is the case, that they're done, we're gonna take 2 of these and glaze them. I'll tell you about that in just a minute, and we'll leave one of them just natural, and we'll do a taste test in a little bit. So let's go put them on the grill. All right, so we're 30 minutes wrapped. Let's take a look. Let's see if these are bending. Oh, these feel nice. Yeah, those are really good. Definitely, okay. So we're gonna keep one of these out because we're not going to glaze those, but we have a glaze for the other 2. Pop these open. Oh, look at this. Look at that, isn't that nice? Looks real good. And this barbecue sauce is also cut with bourbon. Aaron and I tasted the sauce, and they should be illegal. All right, so this is the Red Hog cut with the blackberry or raspberry Chipotle. There you go. Raspberry Chipotle. That looks good. Okay. There we go. So we're gonna let this sit for about 15 minutes, let this glaze set, and we're gonna be ready to eat. We're looking forward to that. We'll see you in just a second. All right, that was a nice long day. 5.5 hour cook on these ribs. And I'm telling you, Aaron and I are just dying to break into these. So what we do have is these were glazed right here with the raspberry chipotle cut with original blue hogs. This center one is original cut with Tennessee red, both blue hog. And this one does not have a glaze, just the spritz, that's it. So we're gonna taste test all 3 of these. All right, let's go ahead and get these cut. Best way to cut ribs is turn them over. So we're gonna go ahead and, oh, look at that. Before we go any too further, look at this. Oh yeah, see? Nice, nice and juicy.
And that smoke ring. Ooh.
Yeah, I know, good smoke ring. So we'll turn those around for now. Let's cut these. Same thing. Look at that smoke ring. Nice smoke ring on that too. That's why we wanted to go low and slow, to really get that smoke infused into these ribs. There we go. Cut into the bone. There we go. There it is. This one I can't really see well. Why can't I see it? Oh, there we go. Nice. All right, so we'll start our taste test right here with the one that was not glazed. So let's see, as you can see how beautiful that looks. Let's take a taste. Wow. Those are damn good. Those are really good. I don't have a punch of bourbon, which is surprising. I thought it would be, you know, really straightforward and, you know, bourbon forward, but it's not. It tastes fantastic. Great rib. Let's go ahead and try the Tennessee Red. Beautiful smoke ring once again. Oh wow. Nice clean off the bone. That's a good one too. Frickin' fantastic. That's all I can tell you. Again, the bourbon isn't like overpowering at all. Let's try this raspberry chipotle one. Oh, wow. Once again, right off the bone, nice and clean. Oh. Camera dude's gonna want some, but before I can take the camera from him, I need to wash my hands. So let's do that, wash my hands, and we'll get camera dude in here. Okay, so hands are washed. Let's see what Aaron has to say now.
Oh man, I've been waiting all week for this, people.
We've been talking about it all week,
yes,
haven't we?
sir. Yes, sir, we have. All right, so I'm going with the original one. No sauce, no glaze, just straight bourbon maple. Let's get at it. Oh, man. Again, off the bone. That smoke ring really gives it that depth of flavor. And it's not messy. Oh, that's just I keep looking at it. I should be looking at you guys, but I keep looking at me because I just want to take another bite. But I got two more bones to go after. But you're right. It's not a punch in the face with the bourbon. It's very subtle. It just really complements the meat. So y'all need to try this. All right, I'm just saying. Okay, so. This is the Tennessee Red and the original. Oh, that glaze is just really sticky. That's really nice. Whew. Man, I can't wait. All right. I mean, look at that. It just started coming right off the bone. I had to grip it. or else that whole piece of meat was going in my mouth. So I was telling Anthony before, that Tennessee Red had a great vinegar flavor, but mixing it with the original, it just brings it down that subtle notch, and so good, so good. All right, and this was one of my favorite, the raspberry Chipotle. Again, that sticky. Oh, Piper's right there. You want me to drop some, huh, girl? Just a subtle heat mixed with the sweetness of the raspberry. Very, very beautiful. Man, I can't wait to eat some more of this. Oh, that's so good.
All right, well, let's turn this back around. All right, so that was an awesome smoke today. Aaron, he came over today to help me out. You'll notice that I had a lot of static shots in the beginning of the video, but finally I had a camera dude to be able to come in. Kirsten's in Germany. Love you, babe. Happy birthday. It is your birthday today. So just to wrap up really quick, the cook was at 225, did that for 4 hours, bumped the temperature up to 275. And what we wanted to do at 275 is to get some pull back on the bone. We got a little bit, right? And then after that, did about 30 minutes on a wrap. And then on two of the racks, we went ahead and glazed them for about 15 minutes at the 275 setting. I'll make sure to put the recipe inside here. All right, now that we both have taste tested it and we are just salivating like crazy, we are ready to eat. So to all our friends and family out there, we love you all. Now it's time to get our bourbon on. Peace.